of my power. History in halves, one brain. I will break the chain. Oh no, tokori wa yobu. Moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. Oh no, tokori wa yobu. Moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. I love, I hate the same.
Good morning, my coffee beans. How you doing this morning? Hopefully there hasn't been too much pressure or hot water you got yourselves into this morning or last night or since the last time we talked. Oh, me. I wish I could say that for everybody. Right off the bat, I want to thank Miss Abby Blackbird for rallying people to come in here this morning. I appreciate that. It's awful kind of you. I love high pressure hot shower. I had a high pressure hot shower myself this morning, so where it's good and hot and enough high pressure, it just kind of exfoliates you a little bit. Peels that top layer of dead skin off of you. That's what I'm talking about. And Mitch, thank you, Mitch. Yes. Yeah, I saw you had a little Twitter space going this morning, Abby. Hopefully that went well. I'm not for sure what exactly it was all about. But anyway. Oh, his Mario Kart stream. Uh yeah, I played Mario Kart back in the day with friends, but that's like a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. That's back like when the Super Nintendo came out, which would have been, oh Lord, I want to think it was like in the early '90s when I played Super Mario Kart. I was trying to think that I played with my sons. I made a play because I still had my Super Mario. I may even still have my. No, I sold my. I think I sold my Super Mario. Yeah, '92. Yeah, it would have been '92. Because actually, the Super Nintendo was the very first Nintendo that I ever purchased, and I got that after I was out on my own, was working and stuff. But yeah, a long time ago. That's when I was living up in. I was living in South Bend, Indiana at the time. It's a long time ago. Long time ago. I need to hydrate. Well, go hydrate, hon. Get you some water. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, let's get into it. We've got a few things to talk about this morning. So, I think today's theme is going to be rebellious children, right? I don't know how many of you guys out there have kids, have raised children, or in the process of raising them. But children can be extremely rebellious at times. Lord knows mine was. I love my wife dearly, but she is the most hard-headedest woman I swear God ever put on this planet. There's no, and she will. I'm not talking out of turn here, y'all. She will 100% agree with me. And my family has its stubbornness and hard-headedness as well. And I can even be a little stubborn, hard-headed at times too, right? But y'all, my children's, oh Lord, especially my oldest one, the boy got a double dose, both sides, right? Just two big old fistful of stubbornness up in him. Uh, he was definitely a very strong-willed child. And my youngest one now, he's strong-willed in his own manner, right? Uh, especially in adulthood, right? Like when he makes up his mind about something, that's the end of that. There's no reasoning with him. There's no sitting down with him saying, "Now, son, da, 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 da." Nope. He takes his time. He's methodical about it, and he does his research. And brother, listen here, man. When he makes up his mind, that's the end of discussion, right? People all stubborn, oh man. Sometimes, Beaver. Sometimes I can be stubborn. But one thing is I've learned as I've gotten older, it does no good to fight about things. All you wind up doing is coming away with a sore throat, right? Sit there and fuss and fight about it and yell about things. Chances are you're not going to change either one's opinion. So, anyway, but as we're talking about stubborn, rebellious children, I mean, I didn't know how many of you guys knew this, but Mr. Clean was actually Pigpen's father off of, from Peanuts, right? Yeah. Did you guys know that? Yeah. And so he's reading. He's trying to step in what to do with these rebellious children. What can we do um, to get these um, children when they rebel? What can we? So uh, today, uh, let's see what we got here. Okay. So today we got a video here. This is one Chris the Narc. I don't know. Hopefully you guys know who Chris is, and hopefully you're sub to him because Chris is an entertaining young man. He was for a period of time he did produce for the Keemstar show, uh, but they had to part ways. Um, Chris can be kind of a goof at times, a little bit of a goofball, and so let's see what Chris is going to do today.
Three.
Me. Lord. Rebellious children, remember? Remember rebellious children. Oh, no. Beavers, you think YouTube will hit me for that? Well, anymore, YouTube has hit me for everything that I've done. Every video I put up, it doesn't matter. They claim it, they strike it, Anyway, he's not the brightest crayon in the box. I would agree with you on that 100%, Zadi. He's definitely not the brightest one in the box. You're right. So this next one is at a Walmart. And this child is acting poorly. And you can see here, you can see the carnage on the string. I mean, looks like they had some pallets of flowers because it is that time of the year, right? To put flowers out and stuff right there, right? And for whatever reason, this child has misbehaved. Now, I don't believe I'm going to show this because last time I showed anything involving children, I got a community guideline strike. And they said, you know, harm to children, whatever. The child is not harmed in any way in this video. All the child does is go around and throw pots of flowers and stuff like that and cusses old people, right? But this caused me to remember a story one time. I think, was it a warning or a strike? It was a warning, Azali. I got a warning because I'd never gotten one before. So they said I got a get out of jail free card on the first one, as it were, right? Because I'd never had a community guideline strike before. So they said the first time I get a warning, but subsequent ones like that, it would be a strike. So I don't know. I just don't even, it makes me really pause because the whole thing was, it was a video where this guy was being harassed and bullied by these two girls. And it was actually a video that Nick DeOrio showed on his Twitter. And I was just showing it because I was, I don't know. I just found it an interesting video because some people were kind of mad at the boy, right? And the thing of it was, is these girls were tormenting this boy, right? All over the commons area there where they were at, right? These were high school kids, junior high maybe, or high school kids. And they were harassing him, right? And anyway, these girls kept harassing him, and they were hitting him and pushing him, shoving him, and he was backing away from him, telling them, he was telling them, leave him alone, whatever. And there's like all these people around, right? There's adults there. There's other students there. There were some football players there. All these other like big birdie football players and all this stuff, right? And these two girls are pushing this smaller guy around. And now the girls and the boys were equal in size, but he was smaller in reference to a lot of these other guys around there, like I said, these big birdie football players and stuff. And he kept walking away from him, telling him, nah, leave me alone. And they just kept on. And they were hitting him, and they were punching him and slapping him and so forth. And he finally had his fill. And, he decked her, right? And then her friend jumps on top of whatever, and he knocks her to the ground too. Then all of a sudden, all these football players come over hollering, don't hit a girl. And the teachers come in, whatever. And I'm like, hold it. Hold just a damn minute, right? Where were these people at when those two girls were sitting there bullying that guy, right? Why were they sitting there tolerating that? Anyway, okay, and this next one. But anyway, so parents, man, I'm telling you, parents, you've got to do better in raising your children's. You've got to teach your children's how to respect other people, right? To not lay hands on them, to not, when I was raising my children, when my wife was raising my children, we told them, to be respectful of other people. Don't lay your hands on other people's property. Just, whatever, right? And I think I can show this next one. I don't think I'll get in trouble for it, but who knows anymore, right? So watch this. Check this out. So you've got a mom here pushing a stroller with a little child, a young child in it, and then you've got a little bit older child up here riding in their little power wheel thing, right? Watch this nonsense. Now, see, so the child ran over the first one, so now he's trying to get where, okay, so I'm not going to run over no more. Hang on, is that a little girl? Maybe it's a little girl, I don't know. So we're just going to put that. What? Oh, what the hair? They're just taking them. They're taking their little sidewalk lighting, and the mom's sitting there just letting her do it. Are you flipping kidding me with this mess already? She's not just watching. She's sitting there letting her child commit theft, y'all. Oh my gosh. She's chatting on the phone. Possibly toxic. I don't know. But dadgum. Hang on. Oh, because that wasn't enough. That's not enough. Let's go steal the other ones too. Oh, well, no, we're just going to break them off. We're just going to break them off. Something tells me this right here, right? They had to have had some beef. This has to be like a neighbor they've had beef with. And that's why, yeah, and the child has probably heard the parents sitting there yapping about this woman. And that's why the mother's more than okay with this child doing this stuff, right? And I don't know how expensive these things are. I don't think they're probably just overly expensive, right? But this is just ridiculous. This is what this here, what's what this is. Said my poor neighbor who caught this on his camera shared this. So a peaceful, restful Sunday afternoon, I hear an alert on my garage camera. No big deal. It's daylight. 10 minutes later, I look at my window, and several of my solar lights are missing, and several are knocked over. There were some teenage boys going to play basketball earlier. Maybe they got bored. I thought. I looked at my other camera and see this youngster, maybe 4 or 5, ran in onto one of my lights with his powered car, backed up, ran over it again, backed up, but got out, picked up the light, and proceeded to claim it as a kill, I guess. Then he took 3 more. Whereas a parent of such a young child, oh well, pushing a stroller right behind him with 2 smaller children. She was on a pretty important call, so disciplining the theft that was occurring would have been interrupted her, I guess. I had only just it had only just happened, so I got in the car and drove around the neighborhood looking for them. I caught up to them on the other side of the subdivision, got out and told her what I wanted my lights back and the child had stolen, to which I was told he's only a kid that stole out of my yard and vandalized my yard while you stood there and watched. Interesting thing is while looking for a missing light, he pulled out a Xfinity security yard sign, a different type of solar light, a pair of pliers, and has some other stuff in his rod on. Good job, Mom. Exactly. Good job, Mom. Good night. It's just parents, you got to do better. Far too many parents, I feel these days, and this is my opinion, right? So if this upsets or whatever, it upsets. But I calls it how I sees it. Okay. Way too many parents these days try to be their child's friend. Listen to me. Listen to me, parents. Listen. I'm getting in close to the mic, so make sure you hear me. Listen to me, parents. While you're raising your children and you're taking them from young minds full of mush, young minds full of oatmeal, and you're helping them to develop it to become responsible, prosperous, thriving adults. And you take that mush and you help it to congeal into gray matter with wrinkles that can form logical thoughts, retain information, and be productive members of society, right? When you're doing this process, because it is a process and it is a task, it is a challenge that sadly far too many fail at. Okay. There was a prime example. The one before that I didn't show because I was a little bit leery about it is another example. When you're raising your children, you cannot be their friends. It has to be your number one focus, right? Not on a cell phone, not yourself, period. When you and your partner, your spouse, your significant other decide to have children and to raise children, you guys have to be of single-minded focus that raising that child is the most important thing. You have to give the child attention. You have to help develop that child. You have to help get that child focused and getting on the right path in life, right? Your wants, your needs, your desires, they don't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is that child and raising that child to be the best version of themselves. That is your number one and only goal. Everything else goes to support that, period, right? And once the children are grown and out of the house, then you and your spouse can focus on yourselves again and each other. And that's just how it is, period, right? Allowing a child to run amok and create havoc or whatever is not the way. You cannot be your child's friend while they're growing up. They have children at school that is their friends. You are to be the guiding light in their lives. You're to be the warden when you need to be. You're to be the counselor when you need to be. You need to be the nurse when you need to be, or the doctor, whatever. You got to be a counselor. You got to be being a parent is the most challenging and hardest job on this planet. And it is the most responsibility that required. Yet I see parents time and time again shirk that responsibility and stuff, what have you. And I see these kids raising themselves, and I see them acting, behaving in such a way that is detrimental to their well-being and their futures. And so then when they get into an environment like an educational system, what have you, and they act out, they misbehave, whatever, these are the same parents that will come in and chastise the educational system that it's their fault that their child is acting the way. Oh, honey child, no, 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 no. They didn't get them until after you had done scrambled their little eggs. I remember back in the day, when I was working in public school systems, and we had well, she wasn't a young lady. She was a middle-aged woman who was a nurse and stuff. And we had a student there that was handicapped and had extreme special needs, to where they actually had to hire a nurse, a licensed nurse, to be with him because he had some extreme medical needs and stuff that had to be attended to while he was at school. And she, like a lot of us, got attached to the different kids and stuff, because these kids and their little personalities and young, stuff, they worm their way into your heart, right? And so you get attached to them. And then you would see these kids do things that were just so crazy, and you're like, why would they do these things, right? And I remember one day I walked into the teacher's lounge, because at this point I had been there for several years, and so I kind of knew what the cycle was with these kids, right? And I walked into the teacher's lounge to get a cup of coffee, I'm sure, or whatever, right? And this woman was sitting there, and she was in tears. So I got my cup of coffee and I sat down, and we weren't like, besties or anything like that, but we were friendly, right? We were cordial to each other. And so I seen her, she was so she was, definitely, upset and a little bit of distress or whatever. So I sat down and I said, is everything okay? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll be okay, or whatever. And I said, well, is there something I can help you with, whatever? And so she starts proceeding to tell me the story. And I don't remember what the story was, but what it boiled down to is that, some of these kids that she had gotten attached to, and the way they behaved and the way they were acting and so forth, right? And they were just behaving badly, behaving poorly, right? Okay. And so I sat her, listened to her and tell a story. And I said, listen, here's the deal. Here's what you have to remember. Okay. These kids are scrambled eggs, right? Their parents have taken them and they've cracked the shells on them, and they've taken the yolk and the white and they've scrambled it. They've mixed them all up, right? And then we get the children for about 7 hours a day where we're trying to unscramble them, right? Because a lot of these kids' home lives were horrific, right? Parents were either physically or they were verbally or emotionally abusive to each other, to the children. to anybody. Basically, there were addictions, there were abuse to substances in the home. Um, they could be living with just one parent, and it was a revolving door of other adults that came in and out of the home. There's no, these kids. Bottom line, because of the demographic and where we lived at, and poverty is rampant. These kids were exposed to a lot of really horrific things, and and these kids, and I said they're scrambled. Their little minds are scrambled. And I said, we're charged with trying to keep them safe and educate them and, try to unscramble them. But here's the problem. Even if we were successful to a certain degree to unscramble them during the day, right? They go home and then they get all scrambled back up again. And that made her cry even more. And she goes, that's just horrible. And that's sad. She goes, I don't want to think of it that way. And I said, I understand you don't want to think about it that way. And I understand that that's horrible and it breaks your heart. It broke my heart the first few years I was here too. But I said, I'm telling you, if you don't come to this realization that it is our responsibility to do as much as we can, but to understand that it's an upward hill battle that you will never, ever, ever win. The best that you can hope for is that you impact some of these children's lives in such a manner as that you show them that there is a better way. And hopefully that when they are where they can, they escape that and they understand and put that life behind them. And they know that that type of life is not the type of lives that they have to live, that they don't have to repeat the cycle. I said, that's the best you can do. And I said, in the meantime, we try to care for them the best that we can. That's all you can hope for, right? Needless to say, she didn't last long because she was too tenderhearted. She was too good of a person, I guess, to be in that type of environment. So the only young man that's being raised properly is Ghosty. 100%, Ren. You said a mouthful there, and luckily he has his mom to do so. Hopefully he has his, and like I said, he has his mom to do so. Anyway, so this next video, this is the aftermath. This was this is on an airplane, and these people were flying. This is, I guess, I can't even say that. I'm not going to try. Austin to Frankfurt, and they were flying along, and I guess they hit a little turbulence, guys. That is so crazy. I'll tell you what. I stop. I don't want to watch it again. I've flown in my life maybe a half a dozen times. And there's been a time or two where there's been some turbulence, nothing like that. But y'all, I'm going to just tell you, I'm not a big fan. I know it's faster and it's quicker. You get to your destination, all that, yada, yada, yada. But man, I'm just not a fan of it at all. I'm just not a fan of it at all. So this next one, this is another airline thing, right? So this guy, loses his mind a little bit here.
So where's the Homeland Security with the gun? Because I'm waiting for them to point the gun at me so I can show everybody that I won't die when I take every bullet in that clip to wherever in my body they shoot it.
That's something, if you're flying on an airplane, that's something you want to hear, right? You want to hear a guy hollering he wants Homeland Security to come out. Yeah, the mask didn't drop. I didn't notice that, Beavers. Let me go back and check that, buddy. I didn't even, let's see. Let me mute that because I don't want I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're right. You can look here. The mask would have dropped out from up in here, right? And it didn't drop. You're right. Good eye, Beavers. Good eye. See, the little things. You pay attention to the little things. But this guy here, he's hollering for the U.S. Air Marshals or whatever that normally, I don't know if they're on every plane or not these days. I know at one time they were. But this guy's sitting here calling for, he wants... I think it's safe to say he may have some mental conditions.
And then I will kill every man on this plane. So where are they? Where's Homeland Security? Pull the gun. Pull the gun. Where are they? You don't have Homeland Security.
And here's the thing. These videos like this, right? They start like midstream, right? So we don't even know what it was that got this guy riled up with the beginning.
You're not gonna try and stop me then, huh? Why are you scared? Why should you be scared when you have God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit?
Why should we be scared? You said they're talking about you're gonna kill every guy on the plane. You want Homeland Security to shoot you?
Well, tell them to bring SWAT to shoot me down, because they're gonna have to shoot me down today. Remember that. Where are they diverting us? Because wherever it is, there's gonna be a bloodbath everywhere. You can run away. You can all run away if you want. If you're men, you can run. I won't kill you. I'm Balthazar. Put up your hands and say, don't kill me then, or don't approach me, because I'm Balthazar. As renamed by God, Balthazar. Since I'm taking over this plane. Oh my God.
Dude, he's taking it right now.
Oh no.
I'm telling you right now. Okay, yeah, you can't get by that door.
So he's trying to attack people. So now we got people storming him. So now it's just bodies extreme. I think it's safe to say this guy here has got a little bit of mental issues. Good night. This kind of stuff right here makes me not even want to travel. Doesn't make me want to go out. It just doesn't, right? Oh, man. What is next? Okay. All right. So a little bit back to the humor. I can't play the music on this one's got music on it, guys. So there's no audio on this one. But here we go. Toxic Dome says I sat next to a guy for 8 hours. He was talking about the people he killed in the army the entire time. Well, I'm sure that was a relaxing flight, wasn't it, Toxic? Good Lord. Oh, geez. He got arrested, for making terroristic threats. I'm sure hopefully they got him into some help and got him some medication, because the dude. So let's check out this chick here. What is she doing? What the hell? Y'all, hang on here. What the shit? What the? Yo, look at that. She just falls right over and hits it. And these people here, they're dancing. They ain't even paying no attention to her. Did she ever come back up? Let's see. Did she come back up? Let's see. The camera is kind of flopping around. Yeah, I think that's her there. Maybe she came back up. Did she think she was on the diving board? I don't know. Oh, good night. Oh, Lord. All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking this morning. Mr. Beast. That horrible, horrible, horrible entrepreneur. That horrible, horrible, horrible philanthropist. Just that horrible, horrible, horrible human being. We are becoming weak. That's not how you use a slide, lady. No, it's not. No, it's the instant replay for me. Well, I try to entertain y'all. If someone's going to be stupid, let's just laugh at them, right? 100%, 1,000%, right? Oh, me. So we need to thin the herd. Beavers, you may not be wrong on that one, buddy. You may not be wrong. So Mr. Beast, once again, has made the news, right? He's made the cycle. He recently uh paid for 1,000 people to receive a eye surgery, right? That uh treated cataracts, right? Where in some cases, cataracts affect people to varying degrees. Some people, it makes them completely and totally legally blind, where they can't see, they can't operate a motor vehicle, they're not able to do their jobs, they're whatever. I mean, and then some, um, it just basically kind of puts a spot where it's not in focus. Matter of fact, my wife has cataracts, and but luck, she when we go in and get checked, we go to the eye doctor like we're supposed to. She keeps it, check on it, and it's not getting any worse. So right now, there's nothing to be done. So it is something that plagues all walks of life. There is no rhyme or reason. It is what it is, right? So he paid for like 1,000 people, and then he made another charitable donation to that eye doctor's organization that he has that helps treat people around the globe with those same issues, right? So that another 1,000 people could receive that treatment as well and improve their quality of life, right? So he was a horrible person for that. Remember, people came at him right and left, chastising him, right? And so, not to be outdone, because he is Mr. Beast, he put out a tweet saying, "I need your help next time you see uh, Feastables in Walmart and soon new retailers. If you could clean up the presentation, make it look better, that'd make me very happy. I'm building a team to do this routinely. Just need help in the short term." And he put out some pictures, and he showed how the candy bars and stuff were not fronted and put up there like they needed it to be, right? He put some pictures, whatever, and then he showed, this is kind of what it should look like when it was done, right? You all know what I'm talking about. You all been in the grocery store. You go in, and how it's like, they'll have where they're not done, what I'm saying, they're a little bit, it's a little bit messy, whatever, and the people haven't come in to do what's called fronting, or to straighten and neaten it up. So it looks like this one here, and it doesn't look like this. This is the way it should be, where it's pleasing to the eye, and it's presented in a nice appealing way, right? And so anyway, he puts this stuff out, right? And then we had people out there quoting things, saying stuff like, uh, uh, "Give me a lot of money to not destroy your display." Then there's some saying, "Got you." I'm not sure what that says. I don't know what that. Let's see. Does it say, translate the tweet? What's it say? He says he's going to take a flight to the U.S. to mess everything up. Okay, whatever. There was someone here that was really talking about. It says, "MF, let the retail employees do their job. I'm trying to buy stuff." It says, "Not only did he open 1,000 restaurants without opening a single restaurant, now he's got millions of workers without paying a dime. 2,000 IQ business." There was some in here. Where was it at? Billionaire asks fan base for free labor because billion-dollar company can't compensate employees with enough time and money to do their jobs properly. What a time to be alive. So there's people who are having issues with him. Says, "Seeing this made angling of capabilities just kicking in. If I see these again, I'm sure we'll arrange them accordingly." To be YouTube and privileged. Y'all just bored why the F is picking up candy bars worthy of 1,000 plus anti-capitalist think pieces. This guy's the biggest greed monster I've ever seen. Glad I'm never supported. This guy says his ass is not beating the Antichrist allegations. What an absolutely ridiculous request. And then people start making fun of him. Now he's going to donate to charity. Okay, which brings us back to this, right? He did follow up this saying, "To show how grateful I am to everyone that helped tidy things up, I'm going to donate $100,000 to charity. What charity should I donate to? Appreciate you all. So, the bottom line is that no matter what Mr. Beast does, he's got these detractors out there. Exactly, Beavers. He said he was going to get a team to go out there and do these things, right? But the thing of it is there's this old expression, right? Now, what a lot of people don't know is this chocolate bars that he puts out or whatever, right? Is organically sourced. It's I haven't had one. They don't sell them in the local Walmart, so I can't tell you if they're good, if they're bad, how they measure up, or anything like that. But from my understandings, they are as good a quality, as any of these mass commercialized like Hershey's or I don't know, some of these other chocolate bars that are out there. I'm not even sure if there's any like other brands of just chocolate bars. There used to be, but I think Nestle, do they still make chocolate bars? Maybe. Beaver says also you can actually as a seller rep for a brand go to stores and complain about how they present your goods. Yes, you're correct there. Mr. B should just go full villain and turn those 1,000 people blind again. Yeah, they're stealing water. I mean, some people, no matter what they do, the good that they do, it doesn't matter. People are going to always gripe and complain. They always bemoan. They always bitch, right? Mr. Beast has given away homes. He's given away cars. He has gone in and bought up entire grocery stores to turn around and give that to food banks so that people, are getting fed. He has selected people. Sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's friends of friends or whatever, or people within his employment that he's done special things for. He's given away tons of money to people. He does some really lucrative brand deals with companies that turns around and he's able to takes that money that would be for the brand deal and he gives it away, to people. His mission, his goal, he said, is that when he leaves this planet, he wants to leave behind zero money. As far as in his possession, he wants to give away every penny he's ever made. And I don't know what his employment base is, right? We see his crew or whatever, when they make their little videos, the usuals that, are there with him in his videos and what have you, right? But what about all the people behind the scenes, right? The editors and the business personnel that are making these brand deals and the management team that's there. He has a staff. He has to have a staff of people because there's so many moving parts, right? So the guy is putting people to work. The one person made a comment about how he, quote, opened a store, but without opening a store, all these restaurants and stuff, right? Well, what you may not know, or maybe you don't remember, whatever, is Mr. Beast did that during the pandemic because he's seen restaurants out here hurting. And so what he did was he went around to different parts of the country and he found these businesses that their whole job was to do catering, right? Where they would cater in a meal or what have you, right? And because businesses, corporations weren't having their retreats, weddings weren't happening like they had been, all these things that we, because essentially anything that was socially what would you call it? A social event, right? Ceased and desist. And so you had a lot of people that were put out of work, right? So Mr. Beast, trying to think outside the box, said, "Hey, I'm gonna throw up these Mr. Beast burgers." Right, and it was delivery only, where you'd call up your Uber driver or your whatever delivery services that were out there, because I know there's different ones in different parts of the country and everything, right? And he was having these foods, right? The hamburger patties and the chicken patties and the French fries and stuff, having that stuff trucked into these different places. And when you ordered it through these apps, the delivery people knew to go to those buildings to get these. And so, no, it wasn't a brick and mortar fast food joint like McDonald's or something like that, right? It was a kitchen somewhere that did catering, that was cooking this stuff. It put people back to work. And I think he has actually opened up some brick and mortar buildings now, right? Yeah, I don't understand these people. So here would be my question, right? To all these people that want to just poo-poo all over Mr. Beast, what is it that you individually are doing to make people's lives better? What are you doing to put people to work? What businesses have you started? What are you doing to where people can make their lives better? What is it that you're doing? Is there things that we can sit there and say, well, I wouldn't do it this way, or I wouldn't do that, and play Monday morning quarterback with Mr. Beast? Sure. But remember, this is also the guy that planted how many trees around the planet to help with, to help with, the whole taking carbon dioxide and mixing it oxygen. Remember that whole process we learned in elementary school? Remember that? He raised money to plant trees around the planet to help with that, right? To help with the deforestation, to help with make sure that we have trees out there that's helping process the carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas, right? Do we remember these things? Right? Am I the only one? Was he not the guy that partnered up with the company that was out there that was trying to clean up the oceans, and they were actually out there building these devices that go and skim the ocean waters to get the plastic and stuff? Is this not the same? Am I? Maybe I'm missing something.
I can still do it, and I'll whip it out when I need to.
Hang on here. JFA just tipped $1, says, I hate Mr. Beast because of his mustache. I give away more back to the world than he ever could. Well, I'm sure you probably do, JFA. I mean, you are out here doing the Lord's work, right? I don't know. I mean, all I will say is this, is when I look at people like Mr. Beast, or what is this other guy's name here? Let me find it here. What is his name? He is another big philanthropist. He's based out of I think it's Michigan, but he's a I follow him, but I can't find his darn. It doesn't matter. He's a philanthropist, and his grandfather started building constructions and homes like that, right? But even he went to Mr. Beast because he wanted to learn how to become a Twitter philanthropist, right? And he gives away money all the time. If you follow him on Twitter, he'll say, make sure you have your notifications on, make sure you're following me, yada, yada. I'm giving away $1,000, right? So he does little things every day, like he'll give somebody $50 here, or $100 here, or $1,000 here to help with grocery bills or medical bills or whatever. And then and all these different things, right? He does all these things. Even he talked about how he went to Mr. Beast and talked with him about how to do these things, right? You deserve that money. not Mr. Beast. Well, you know what, JFA? Here's what I would say to you, my friend. If you feel like you deserve that money, then you need to do something to get the people behind you. Because that's really all what it boils down to. Mr. Beast has leveraged his notoriety, his celebrity status, whatever, right? He has leveraged that into marketing to turn around and take that money and stuff that he makes off of that and brand deals to give away and to do the things that he does. That's all he does, right? And why do you think that's how I'm modeling what I'm trying to do on this channel here, right? As I understand, I'm not the most entertaining person in the world. I understand I can make statements and things like that that can be a little bit antiquated, shall we say, right? I'm old. I get that, right? But I'm thinking, what if even if I'm just a small little drop in the bucket, but if I can take that drop and I can turn around and grow that into to where I can help people, right? And I can do something to impact someone else's life and make it better, that's what I'm going to do, right? Just like the other day, I took a look at all the donations that you guys have given so far, and I've looked at the proceeds off of the merch store. Remember the merch store? Where's that? Right here, the merch store, right here, right? The merch store, right? Remember, you hit the pound sign, do merch. It'll give you a link to the merch store, right? And I was looking at how much money we had. And I say we because I feel like we're a team, right? See how much money and how close we're getting. And guys, we're getting extremely close. I think between merch sales and donations and stuff, I think it's right around $400, right? So we're getting there. We're getting close to, I figure once we get around $1,000 to $1,200, that would be where we can get the first PC, right? And then and that's my plan is the first is to get a PC and get it into the hands of somebody that could really use it, that is a content creator out here, right? And like I said, I've got the team, I'm putting the team together of advisors to go out and find these people to vote, right? So it's not going to just be me saying, I want to help this person, that person, whatever. I'm going to have a team of people that's going to say, this is a person I want to help. And then they can put forth the names, and as a team, we'll vote and decide on it. That's what I'm going to do, right? And I think, and like I say, this channel may not become a big thing. I definitely don't think I'll ever be a Mr. Beast. I don't have enough years in me to get to the level that he's in, right? I just, if it happens, if for some reason this thing completely, totally goes, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and blows up, whatever, I would do my best to handle that and get together a professional team to help me and stuff. Kind of like what I'm not going to do the crazy stuff that Jimmy does. Yeah, Mr. Beast. We're not doing Squid Games, and I'm not giving away islands or anything like that. It's every bit of it's going to be around, around technology, and it's going to be putting technology in the hands of artists and creators and young streamers and stuff that's trying to get a start, getting them the tools that they need so that they have their chance at doing this if this is what they want to do, right? There's a lot of them out there that I think are entertaining and could be good. They just need that next little step, So anyway, what is it? For a poor African, think how good that would look for your organization, people. Hang on, what is this? What are you saying? Hang on a second here. JFA helps people with poor audio free of charge. He's a saint. Exactly. Would you like to free month subscription? I don't know what you guys are on about. Oh, geez. So cool, people. Goody. For a poor African, think how good that would look for your organization. What is it I'm doing for what? helping you out, Beavers. Beavers, listen, the kind of help you need, son, I don't know if I can help you or not. Just make sure they really want to do it and not just want a free PC. Exactly, Zadi. I'm not, here's the thing. Okay. Let's be extremely transparent here. Right. Which I will always be in everything that we do. Is there a huge chance that potentially could be taken advantage of, and that the person is just trying to use to get a free PC or a free little tablet that the artist used to draw and stuff? Could we be being used or manipulated? 1000%. Is that going to happen? Probably, inevitably, yes. Okay, I'm not. Anytime there's someone out there trying to do good, there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to take advantage of it. That's just the nature of the world. Sadly, it is. But what I will tell you is that, because I understand this. This is you guys being charitable, me trying to be charitable, and that comes with a great responsibility. And I will safeguard it as best as we can. We will try to safeguard that to prevent that from happening. But understand it's probably inevitably going to happen, right? But we will do everything we can to vet. We'll do everything that we can to, and inevitably, here's something else I'm also aware of, right? We're going to select somebody, right, to bless and to help, that's going to upset people. Why would you help them? Why would you help that? Because there's always going to be somebody else in their mind that is more deserving, because we all have biases, right? We always will say, well, I feel like this person, or I feel like that person. I get that, and in a perfect world, and if I had a unending supply of resources, I would help everybody. And then, I would be like Santa Claus up in here. I'd just be giving everybody everything, right? If I give Ghosty a PC, I will write. I can tell you unequivocally, without any hesitation, Ghosty will not receive any type of charitable contributions or donations from my endeavors. I'll put it that way. Okay. You will edit on a new PC. Beavers, how are you going to edit on PCs? You guys don't even have stable electricity down there, dude. I'm not even sure you have. I'm not even sure you have electricity right now. Something tells me you've got, like, I don't know, like a water buffalo or something out there running in a circle on trying to generate a little electricity. Solar powered PC. Yeah, exactly. All right, so it's 7:30. I got to wrap this stuff up. All right. So this shaming you, exactly. I'm shaming you. Why? Because you were given. I'll tell you why, Beavers. Here's why you're being shamed. You were given a gift, and you did not accept the gift, and you rejected it, and that was very rude, sir. So Dave sent me a message this morning, and there will not be a Dead on Dave a YouTube show tonight. He is having a rough day of it today. So he said he may possibly do a Twitch stream at some point in time tonight. Just watch his Twitter for that. So sadly, there will be no clowning around tonight with Bonnie on Dead on Dave. So I just want to let you guys know that. However, Nerdy John said that he is going to be doing trying something a little bit different. I guess Nerdy John's having some struggles with his computer. He is going to try to do edited videos and put them out to premiere after my live streams during the week. So I believe he has a video that's going to premiere on his channel shortly after. Let me just go out there and see if he even has it up there set up to go. Let's go. Let me just go take a look here real quick. Let me close out some of these. Too many browser tabs. Too many browser tabs. Do 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 do. Videos. I don't see anything out there right now currently on Nerdy John's channel. But you can 100% check him out. It's at Nerdy John T02. So you can check out his YouTube channel. He may possibly have something queued up this morning. That's what his Twitter said, right? That he was going to have something premiere. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe tonight the Now Recording Boys are going to do a live stream. Beavers, can you confirm that? Is that the plan? Are you guys doing a live stream tonight? I think that's what you. I think that was the deal. Matt said midnight Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Oh my Lord, y'all, why you do? Y'all are killing me with this stuff. That's like 11 o'clock at night my time. I can't even watch. I can't watch that. I'm in bed. Look at this face. It needs all the beauty sleep it can get. You guys, man. All right, Ziley, a little bit more reasonable. She's going live at 8 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, I assume, right, Ziley? So that's more my speed. So I can watch Ziley tonight. So bless her heart for that. Thank you for going a little bit early. Thank you. So I can catch Ziley live tonight. So make sure you check out Ziley. Let's see if I can let me bring her up here on the old YouTube here. And boom, here we go. You can check her out. This is Ziley, right? Pop. We'll put her right here in the old chat. Boom, there's her channel. Make sure you are subscribed to her and following her. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Look here. Boom. I didn't have the bell, but I just corrected that. So make sure that you're subbed with the bells on with Ziley. And so she'll be live 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we'll have that to look forward to this evening. So cool beans. And I think that's it. I think that's all so Ziley at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Now recording at midnight Eastern Standard. So there's things lining up. There were some really interesting videos put out recently by these guys here. And if you're not subbed to these guys here, Abba and Preach, they are probably, I think a lot of people are sleeping on these guys, especially within the commentary community. Now, I know Ziley watches them and Ziley likes them, right? And I've been watching Abba and Preach for a long time. Now, I don't watch every one of their videos, but I watch the vast majority of them, right? And I'm going to tell you something right here, right? This one that they put out yesterday about this woman from Colorado, y'all, if you ain't seen that one, holy smokes. Y'all need to check that one out, right? You need to check that one out. It's a doozy. But definitely check out Abba and Preach. And we've just here's the link to their channel as well. Give them a check them out. That's all I'm gonna say. Check them out. And I think that's it, guys. I think I'm done for the day. I appreciate our time this morning. Appreciate you hanging in there with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Definitely we'll see you tomorrow morning. And like I say, just keep an eye on my Twitter, because who knows what's going to happen today, right? Who knows what but definitely make sure you're subbed to Ziley with the notifications on so you can catch her live tonight at 8 p.m. And the Now Recording Boys, I'll have to check you. I'll have to check yours tomorrow. I can't stay up at midnight. I just can't do it. The old man is just, I just can't. So anyway, guys, till tomorrow morning, keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.